So good to be seen, and it's even better to see you. What's going on? I hope you're doing well and staying safe, COVID free, of course. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I wish today's video was not have to be made. I wish I didn't have to make this video, but I sort of feel as if I'm shaving against the grain, and obviously, as you can tell, I haven't been doing much of that lately. But today's video is going to be something different. I been on record as saying I don't like making reaction videos, especially when it involves another person, another individual, and it actually involves two people of that matter. I don't know if you guys have stumbled across the pseudo healthy debate that was actually taking place a couple of days ago between Ryan Loom and Richard from Happy Healthy Vegan and Vegan Gains, respectively. And so I was sitting there having my vegan lunch, and I always try to catch up on some YouTube videos, and just stumbled across my newsfeed, and I figured, you know what the hell, let's give it a shot. And so during the initial introduction for the video, Richard and Ryan go on record as saying that they are going to have a healthy debate of whether or not the word Holocaust should be introduced into vegan activism, whether it's IRL in real life or online. And it was actually picking up some steam, and I was very into the beginning stages of this debate. And slowly and steadily, things started to heat up a little bit, and it got to become, I want to say, borderline bickering at each other about, whose vegan dick is actually bigger. And I don't know if I wanted to go on record as having that conversation out in the open, especially when you guys, surpass the thousands of followers on your respective channels, if I'm not mistaken. So, and again, this is, nothing against any of you. I fully respect your styles of activism. You are well within your own rights to do with that as you please. This is not an attack on either of you, so it should not be taken like that in any way, shape, or form. It's just that recently, stemming from the James Aspie conversation, I think that there's been a lot of infighting within this community. And I don't think that's something that we can be part of right now. We can't, it's not a luxury that we can have to fight within each other within this community because, for starters, it's not huge. We are a very small percentage of worldwide population. And so if the very little amount of people that comprise this community starts bickering at each other, whether it's face to face like you guys did, or in the comment section between y'all's engagement or patrons or followers, if whatever you want to call it, subscribers, I don't care. I don't think that that dirty laundry needs to be aired, much less on YouTube. So I don't know if I was too fond of that section. Granted, it was a 3 hour long conversation. I caught every single bit of it, at least to the point where Ryan vacated the premises. And so, I've made a video, and this is just a disclaimer. I made a video. I'll go ahead and link it up here. I tackled the Holocaust usage of that very important word. I, for one, and this is just a brief summary, I am all for it, but I will not whip it out at the beginning stages. I like to throw the kitchen sink at somebody and then maybe use it as a last resort. So I wholeheartedly agree with Richard, and I also wholeheartedly agree with Ryan. I think, we should leave no stone unturned when having a conversation, albeit difficult, with somebody who's not a member of this community. So I want to be on the record as saying I agree with both of you gentlemen. I think that I will use every last measure within my realm of possibility to entice somebody to be a member of this community. And so if it involves ultimately using the word Holocaust, using the word slaughter, using the word a murder, I wanted to say. So yeah, I will use it only as a last resort if I absolutely have to, because at the end of the day, I do agree with Richard. If I don't have to offend you to make you reason, use your critical thinking, then I simply won't resort to that. But at the end of the day, again, and this is agreeing with Richard here, if I throw the kitchen sink at you and you have no common sense and no logic as to what it is I am saying, then I will speak of Holocaust. I will speak of slavery. I will speak of murder, which is three of the most important topics a human can relate to. So again, if you haven't watched that video, go ahead and hit that video, because I think it encapsulates everything about that. However, again, towards the 1 hour mark and above and beyond, I did see a little bit of bickering back and forth about whose vegan dick is bigger, whose style of activism is more effective. Richard started calling Ryan sort of like an underachiever, if you will. I mean, he didn't exactly use those words, but I don't think that we need to be belittling or minusculizing anyone's tactics. If Ryan doesn't feel comfortable using the word, then I'm sure he has his own reasons to not to do that. I'm sure that he has plenty in his bag to whip out and make people realize that going vegan is the right thing to do. But at the same time, if my back is against the wall, Ryan, and I feel as though I am going to pull the trigger about speaking of Holocaust, of murder, and of slavery, which is again things that humans, human animals can relate to, then yes, I will bring it to the table, and they will surface within my activism. Again, it's not something that I will resort to right out of the gate. But if my back is against the wall, I will use those terminologies. I will use them, because at the end of the day, and this is going back to a conversation, Ryan, that I had with you on Twitter. At the end of the day, I will be the first one to give you a broom and a dustpan to clean up the pieces of your broken heart if my words offend you. At the end of the day, I think we're all in it for the animals. And I want to go on record as saying, veganism is about the animals. Everything else is because you're plant-based. You're vegan for the animals. You're plant-based for the planet and your health. And so, having said that, again, this video is more about not bickering. We don't need infighting. We don't need, finger pointing or any of that shit. It's a small community as it is, and it's an even smaller community of activists around the world that are putting themselves out there, creating content for YouTube and social media, and getting, bitch slapped in the streets all around the world, doing what we do. Most of us don't get paid for this. Most of us are not sponsored. Most of us are donating our free time to speak on behalf of these animals. And so the last thing we need to do is, point fingers at each other. So fellas, if you're watching this, if for whatever reason the algorithms, make this video their way to you, please, if we're gonna have the debate, let's make it objective at all times. Don't make it subjective. That's just my 2 cents. If you watch that video, feel free to let me know what you think in the comments below. That's again my opinion, and this is in no way, shape, or form an attack on any of you fellows. I respect both of your styles. I think that I'm somewhere in the middle. I have sort of like a chameleon. I like to adapt to the situation, whether it's online or in person. I think we all should strive to do that. That's just my opinion again. And so, this is just sort of like a mediator sort of video. And it's been gnawing at my brain to sit down and actually put this on tape. And so I just wanted to, provide my take. I did enjoy a lot of those talking points during that debate. So again, at the end of the day, I think it's very positive. But, if we're going to talk about dirty laundry, let's not air it live on TV, especially when training. That's just my opinion. But again, if I am going and too deep into this, and I'm looking at it in too deep into what it is, or seeing more, then hey, feel free to let me know in the comments below as well. But if you agree, also leave something down below, and let's keep the conversation going. So again, this is more like a talking head video. I have nothing else, no B-roll, no nothing. It's just shooting straight from the hip. If you agree with me, let me know. If you disagree, also let me know. And then, again, this is the first time that we are meeting. I am also a vegan activist. I am the CEO of Petnosphere, and I'm putting together a couple of starters for myself. So having said that, hopefully you enjoyed this video, got something out of this video. If you're a member of this community, let me know in the comments. Stick around by hitting that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.